I've got spare parts from my last broken heart. Somehow more than what I had to start. Yeah, I've got spare parts. I tried to fix it best I remembered it. I hope it runs when I fire it up, 'cause I got spare parts. So if you see something that you might need, anything you can use, what's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I got spare parts. Took a piece of you, like lovers often do. I'll try to make it good as new, 'cause I got spare parts. So if you see something that you might need, anything you can use, what's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I've got spare parts. What's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I've got spare.
Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
Hey, pal, what's up, buddy?
Howdy. What a beautiful day.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Way We See It right here on the FFN network. I am your host, Blaze Man. And, of course, with my bad bro right here, Mr. B, Mr. Jeffrey Benettini.
What?
And,
that's a new one.
Benettini?
No. Try this. Better.
Better
E. Knee. Like the thing that bends.
Better E knee.
Better-y knee. There you go.
Better-y knee.
All
Better-y
right.
knee, motherfuckers. I did it. Hey, look, we got some shit to talk about tonight, and we hope some of you call in too at 508-974-4231. Again, that number is 508-974-4231. And I'd like to just have like about maybe like 10 seconds of silence. My sister wasn't feeling good, so she's in the ER. And they're going to keep her overnight. So just a little in 3, 2, 1. Right, man, and that's just it. Just letting the Lord know to let her know that I was thinking about her at this moment, and everyone else just did us some justice. So B, I mean, do you feel any different now that Trump is president? Do you feel some of the weight coming off of your shoulder?
I feel a
Do you
tremendous amount of
feel?
relief. A
Do you
tremendous
feel?
amount of relief.
Do you feel? Okay, that yeah, like the relief. Explain to the audience what you're feeling now that Trump is president. I mean, look, we've showed the Democrats having breakdowns. Why can't I ask my co-host who is conservative, correct, and ask him how he is feeling now that President elect Donald Trump is in office. Go ahead, B, tell us, man.
Well, as far as how I'm feeling in regards to my wife, I use my
Hi, Winnie.
hands.
Sorry, B. Got to say hi to
In
Winnie.
regards to my wife, I use my hands. But as far as politics are concerned, how I'm feeling, yeah, I am relieved, but I'm also quite disturbed and saddened for something, and it has nothing to do with the fact of Donald Trump having been elected. It's with the fact of people saying that because I choose to back Donald Trump and because I choose to live a Republican style of life, I am a hateful, hurtful Nazi, a misogynistic pile of filth. And
Why are you feeling
I,
like that? Have
I
you
don't,
got B?
no, I'm not.
Excuse me, B.
Why? What'd you do?
Why are you feeling like that? Did you have a confrontation with someone at the market area? Was you
I
wearing
have
something that said
seen
Trump and
several things.
someone?
I've actually had things written from members of my own extended family. My own extended family. It says things about you're doing a Nazi and you're gonna round me up or take my child or take my chance. I'm like, no. Yeah,
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
59 years old. For 59 years, you've known me and your family as a cousin, as a nephew, as a this or that, or whatever else. How in the hell can you say all of a sudden that I'm going to do any of these things? That I'm capable of any of these things? Have
Yeah,
I
my
ever once ever stopped out and said any of these things before? Person have I ever gone out and given a gesture that said I wanted to freaking kill Jews? Did I
right,
ever
B.
come out and say that
I
and,
get what you're
say
saying.
that I want to hate people?
I was just short of being told I couldn't go to my sister's house. Okay, that's how bad it was when Trump became president. I personally think she had a fucking nervous breakdown. You know what I mean? Because I mean, remember last Tuesday's show? We were just sitting here, we were fooling around, and of course, there's
Yeah,
thousands of videos of liberals just fucking losing their mind.
yeah.
And some of the videos we played, B, were insane.
Absolutely. I couldn't believe some of the things that were going on. And there are some people that are out there that really could benefit from some form of chemical substance to help them. But when it comes to a point that someone's saying that some of the most off, I don't know, out of the world thoughts and whatever else. I have a cousin who is over 70 years old and she's complaining about her reproductive rights being taken away. At 70 years old, bitch, you haven't got any reproductive left. What are you worried about? And besides, I've never seen anything at all, nothing. When someone says that they want to take away your right to figure out how you want to reproduce, I mean, the fact that these people actually believe this inane rubbish, it's unconscionable. I cannot wrap my head around it. I can't figure it out.
I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you. But we can't leave everybody hanging, ladies and gentlemen. So now that B brought it up, I mean, we got to go all the way, and we got to.
Well, please tell me you've got something for these people to see, an example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we got our edition, thanks to Sky News, of Lefties Losing It, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we always got to show a few minutes of Lefties Losing It. So let's take a listen with Lefties Losing It. Joy Reid, still delusional after Kamala's election loss. Let's take a listen. Let's take a listen.
Now it's time for Lefties Losing It. And can you believe the Democrat squad of A-list celebrities wasn't enough to get Kamala over the line?
Oh,
How did the American public resist the call from these learned souls who are so in touch with the average American and whose moral compass is pure and true and who are never prone to crazy delusions?
It can't be. It cannot be. If he wins the election.
Wait. Hold on. Oh boy.
Moral compass is pure and true and who are never.
All right. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to fucking, they got Robert De Niro. I can't wait to hear what he says. I'm surprised he wasn't sitting there fucking crying, B. How about you?
It sounds like he is.
He sounds like he is. He sounds like he's about to, don't he?
Yeah.
It's oh my god.
He sounds like a child throwing a tantrum in a grocery store.
Right. But this is an interview with him before Trump was elected. You know, so we're not going to see what his reaction is going to be after Trump was elected. This is before.
Let's hear it.
Oh my god, I fucking can't. Robert De Niro.
Prone to crazy delusions.
It can't be. It cannot be. If he wins the election, you won't be on the show anymore. He'll come looking for me. There'll be things that happen that none of us can imagine. That's what happens in that kind of a dictatorship, which is.
You notice how he had to fucking get himself in there? Oh, he'll be coming after me. Robert, you're the fucking last thing on fucking Trump's mind right now. Okay? So
I can commiserate you. I can understand how you are. You're Italian. We share some familial lineage here, both having.
Oh my God, Italians should fucking put their head down when they walk by.
But Robert,
come on,
you've been sniffing Scorsese's butthole a little bit too long.
And too much.
You believe all of this shit, think that people are going to start conspiring to come after you because you don't like Trump.
Yeah. The dude's a loon. He's a loon. Let's listen to more, man.
Yeah, let's hear the rest of this.
What he says. Let's believe him. Take him at his word.
Even Bill Maher's lefty audience couldn't help but laugh at Robert De Niro there. And I guess Bill Maher's going to lose his show now, isn't he? That's what they were talking about.
Yeah.
And in recent days, we even had the ladies of The View not just backing Kamala.
Oh, that's right. I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to watch The View the day after Trump was elected. Jesus,
I didn't bother. I couldn't do it.
Oh,
I just didn't have it in me.
I hope that she's got something good up here with these fucking ass clowns.
Oh, I'm sure you're going to see it.
Look at them. Let's check it out.
For her, and of course, they pick the irredeemably awful rhino warhawk, Liz Cheney.
Are you also a lawyer?
Yeah, I am.
So you could conceivably be a great AG if this was.
Oh my God.
And I say this because your moral core is magnificent.
Oh, fucking, what an
Whoopie
ass-kissing
Goldberg
bunch of
lecturing us about
fucks, huh?
rules. I've heard it all now. But Kamala had the unique ability to make even once cool celebrities lose all credibility. She made the boss, Bruce Springsteen, sound like this.
Well, I'm just about starving tonight. I'm dying for some action.
She turned Cardi B into the world's lamest, saddest joke.
1 second, guys, 1 second. I need patience over here.
What the fuck is she doing?
Patience, where are you, girl? I need patience over here.
The teleprompter went down.
Yeah, oh yeah, now they need the flunky secretary.
Yikes. I can't believe that didn't convince the masses. And Kamala somehow even managed to turn the once hilariously funny Will Ferrell into this cringy mess.
I'm just one person? No. Shut the up, Gary. Last time, only a few thousand votes kept Trump out of office. And this time, we will hold you personally responsible, Gary. Don't forget to vote, Gary.
And when the celebrity endorsements weren't working, she had her media propagandists use these shameful tactics.
We've laid out the stakes in this crucial election.
Oh my
One
God,
side
you ever see anything so racist in your life? Have you ever watched her?
I tried not to. I honestly can say I have tried to not watch her.
Excuse me. All right, B. That's a shitty answer. If you haven't, try and watch her so that way, if we see her again, then you'll know how racist she is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen.
Stands for freedom, while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy.
Just crazy stuff. That was MSNBC anchor Joy Reid and her colleague and fellow Russian conspiracy hoax peddler Rachel Maddow was even issuing threats to Elon Musk's business empire.
The Defense Department and NASA are going to need a new arrangement for all their rockets and for all the multi-billion-dollar contracts Elon Musk's companies have with the U.S. government. The U.S. government is going to have to either, unwind from all of those contracts, or Elon Musk's companies are going to have to unwind from him. This is an untenable reality in national security terms. Now that we know what we know about Elon Musk.
What do we know about? Excuse me.
Today, Joy Reid was still delusional and claiming that Kamala had run the perfect campaign.
And so what you've seen in the last couple of weeks, if this is an audition for managing a complex organization like the United States, Kamala Harris has passed the audition flawlessly. This has been, in many ways, a perfect campaign, a brief, and she had barely any time to put it together.
But eventually, reality sank in, and Joy Reid was back to doing what she does best, race baiting and making wild claims. This time about Israel wanting to ethnically cleanse Gaza.
Nobody wants Donald Trump to be president more than Bibi Netanyahu, who is backed by a far-right coalition that would like to clear-cut Gaza, that would, would truly like to complete ethnic cleansing of Gaza.
Meanwhile, Rachel Maddow was lashing out at the American public, chiding them for not realizing just how good the economy is.
The United States economy is the envy of the world. Yeah. The inflation numbers, the economic growth numbers, the fiscal numbers, the U.S. standing in the world numbers are all off the charts positive. Even the freaking stock market, right? All off the charts positive.
There you have it. You're just imagining all that economic
hardship. This is unbelievable.
The share market is up. It's all good. Rachel said so. Now let's hear from a Kamala fan who saw a man in a MAGA hat and launched into this diatribe. Should be feeling it today.
He's gonna lose.
Who, Trump?
He's gonna lose.
Good.
He's empowering you racist, all right? But you ain't a black gonna be in the office, and his white is gonna be out. We're taking the trash out, loser. All right, we're in power now.
Have a nice day.
You have a wonderful day on the 5th, okay? You're gonna lose.
Okay.
And your leader, your cult leader.
Bye-bye.
You dumb.
And this next Kamala fan also has learned her.
Is that what happened to you,
today.
Bill?
Don't
Oh,
be
no,
overconfident
that
in
would have been
a
nicer.
leftist echo chamber, because when reality hits, it's going to hurt.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win. I mean, not to be, cocky, but I'm optimistic.
Optimistic, B.
Wow. Whenever I see stupid things like that, I'm reminded how much I like my pillow. Good God in heaven. It just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. It's no wonder how many people have actually lost faith in humanity when you see things like that. I tell you.
Yeah, I got Rosie O'Donnell having a little fucking meltdown over here. So
Oh, really? I can't imagine her having a little of anything.
Yeah, let's check out Rosie, and of course she's a part of Lefties Lose It.
Of course.
Video a comedy skit, or is it Rosie O'Donnell being afflicted with a terminal case of Trump derangement syndrome?
Okay, so how's everybody's nerves about this election? Let's say on a scale of 10 being can't think of anything else and may need some additional medication, I'm like at a 7. And I just think with all those people showing up for Kamala, I don't think it's as close as they're saying it is. I really don't. And I think that the dumpster, the hate rally manager, that guy, the orange dumpster fire, him.
Gosh, poor Rosie is so filled with hate. She can't even
I want to see the videos
Trump's name.
after, though. You know what I
But
mean?
at least she didn't start crying like J-Lo.
I promised myself I wouldn't.
Oh my God!
You know what? We should be emotional. We should be upset. We should be scared and outraged. We should. Our
He must have found out that Kamala's check bounced.
She's reading, right?
To P. Diddy's victims there? What
She's
was that
reading
all
off a
about? Here's
teleprompter and
interesting
acting.
performance from J-Lo, Jenny from the Block, Jennifer Lopez, the woman known for her terrible pics from P. Diddy to Ben Affleck twice. Now she's lecturing Americans on who to vote for.
Right.
No thanks,
I wonder how many
But I
videos
do
of
have some good
her
news for
with
you.
P.
Perhaps
Diddy
there is
and
a cure for Trump
2 or 3 other
derangement
guys
syndrome.
and
Be
shit,
sure
you know?
to tell the lefty in your life about Trump and all.
Rough day? Do you find yourself acting irrationally? Do you get mistaken as a hyena when you laugh? Or do word salads occur frequently? Now there's help. Introducing Trumpanol. Trumpanol is designed specifically for those suffering with Trump derangement syndrome. Don't allow TDS to control your life anymore. Trumpanol is fast-acting, delivering relief from the stress of campaign season. Side effects may include registering as a Republican or voting for Donald Trump. Consult with your doctor before taking Trumpanol.
Now to a man who needs a double dose of Trumpanol. Here's a man
Mark
who proves
Cuban.
that
Is
simpleton
another
clown
fucking
can
nut.
be
The
a
problem is
billionaire.
he's a billionaire.
Here is Mark Cuban
Who
being
cares?
a misogynist dolt.
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple.
Do you really want to be
The
saying
fuck?
that to Tulsi Gabbard or, I don't know, Melania or Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who's now governor of Arkansas after being Donald Trump's White House press secretary? And she had this to say about the feral left's attacks against her.
President who empowered his team. And when the left was relentlessly attacking me, kicking my family out of a restaurant, parents spitting on our car at our children's school.
Okay, that's what really happened to her.
Yeah.
Okay, she was literally having dinner with her family at a restaurant. Forget the name of the restaurant, and once everybody started knowing who it was that was eating there, they just harassed her and her family so bad that they just left.
Yeah.
They fucking left. And that's the left for you, the Democrats. That's how they act.
relentlessly attacking me, kicking my family out of a restaurant, parents spitting on our car at our children's school, MSNBC reporters called me not even human, vile, unfit to be a mother. It was President Trump who pulled me aside, looked me in the eye, and said, Sarah, you're smart, you're tough, you're beautiful, and they attack you because you're good at your job. Now get back to work.
You know what Americans need is
right?
not just desperately out
They
of touch
attack you because
celebrities
you're
preaching
fucking
to
good
them.
at
They
your
also
your
need
job. You know what I
painfully
mean?
unfunny poms
So
ranting about the election.
let's just
Remember
take
when
a
late
little
night
break
TV
with
shows
that
were
right
funny?
real quick.
Now they have the likes of John
Jesus, come on,
Oliver.
please. All right, okay. Anyhow, yeah, I mean, you know, anybody like in the beginning, right? When Trump first started running, okay, you know, the first time for presidency and stuff, okay. At that time, excuse me, at that time, right, they were calling black Americans, okay, especially the men that were Republican and conservative and that were going to vote for Trump, excuse me, they started referring to him as Uncle Toms and shit. Hi, Ann. You know what I mean? They started referring to these people as Uncle Toms. And that's the Democrats. They fucking start this shit all the time, B.
And you know what? Thanks to their banning books and so forth, nobody knows what the Uncle Tom is. Because they took Uncle Tom's Cabin off the shelf.
Right. Yeah, but Uncle Tom's Cabin in the word Uncle Tom, that's not related.
Yes, it is.
Explain.
The character in Uncle Tom's Cabin, Uncle Tom. Have you ever read the book? Have you ever seen the play?
I thought it was about a murder.
No.
Uncle Tom's Cabin's not about a murder?
No.
Okay.
The characters in the book and so forth and all of that. Uncle Tom is a black person in, I believe, 19th century America in the Deep South.
Yeah.
And at one point in time, people would refer to black people as Uncle Toms, as a trying to be funny about identifying a black person. And I have myself have never done such a thing. I find the idea of it repugnant. But I'll tell you what. You know what? We're coming up on a break. During the break, I'll see if I can find the references for you so that it would enlighten.
Yeah, let's see what the old Uncle Tom. I mean, for me, I thought that it meant that they called the black man an Uncle Tom because they were trying to be white and they were trying to please and appease the white man. You know what I mean? So
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
All right. So let's jump on this. Let's jump on this break, B. We're on a break anyways. We're a minute behind. So, ladies and gentlemen, stick around for more of The Way We See It right here on FFN Radio and FFN Radio Network on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, and D-Link and Trivia and Trio and whatever. And we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, in about 4.5 minutes. Stick around for more of The Way We See It, B.
I've got spare parts from my last broken heart. Somehow more than what I had to start. Yeah, I've got spare parts. I tried to fix it best I remembered it. I hope it runs when I fire it up, 'cause I got spare parts. So if you see something that you might need, anything you can use, what's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I got spare parts. Took a piece of you, like lovers often do. I'll try to make it good as new, 'cause I got spare parts. So if you see something that you might need, anything you can use, what's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I've got spare parts. What's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I've got spare.
Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
Hey, everybody. Hey.
Okay, my friend, I've got a little background for you about Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yeah,
and
you put it up. You put it up here in a private chat.
Oh,
okay?
No. I've got a little more information for you about the authoress herself. Harriet Beecher Stowe was born and raised in Hartford, Connecticut, not far from where actually I was born and raised. And her neighbor that she grew up next door to, none other than Katharine Hepburn.
No kidding.
Her
Wow.
family, yes.
Wow.
She grew up with them. Matter of fact, they used to get into trouble together running around. They would break into other houses to the skylights of their houses. And they were had also been sort of friendly in the latter years with none other than Mark Twain, who was very close to where they were as well.
Hey, he wrote the book, Uncle Tom's Cabin.
No. She wrote the book.
She did, huh? Okay.
Harriet Beecher Stowe. And that term, it came to be known as somebody who was like a very a peon person, basically, without saying the word slave, what a person who acted in the manner that a slave did may have been in servitude or may have been freed from it, but still very subservient to other people. So a very pliable, weak person. And it was used specifically because of the book to describe African Americans in earlier years, all the way up through and including the early 1970s, believe it or not.
Yep.
Where it finally, the term and the use of it finally died its proper death. But anyway, since these days what they tend to do in order to deny what American history was, they've been banning these books from the libraries, from the schools, not allowing children to see them or read them or whatever, and little by little, bit by bit, trying to take and sweep these things under the rug so that they never happened. However, even have you ever seen the play or seen the film of the play The King and I?
No, I never seen anything at all.
Well, they're in one aspect of it of that production. There is a point where they have a person who in India produces writes and produces a play based upon Uncle Tom's Cabin. It's even in that. So this is something that is unfortunately being swept under the rug, but it is an important aspect of American history and literature as well. Do you want to read that little synopsis or that I sent in from you from Wikipedia?
B, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. That's why I asked you. Do you want me to read that little synopsis thing also as well?
Of course.
Oh, all right.
Of course,
Well,
yes.
I said two things. I'll get into them. Is Uncle Tom's Cabin or Life Among the Lowly, which was a subtitle of the book, is an anti-slavery novel by American author Harriet Beecher Stowe. Published in 2 volumes in 1852, the novel had a profound effect on attitudes toward African Americans and slavery in the United States. The book and the plays it inspired helped popularize a number of negative stereotypes about Black people, including that of the namesake character Uncle Tom. The term came to be associated with an excessively subservient person. And that's really nice.
An indulged favorite. The traveler in the South must often have remarked that peculiar air of refinement, that softness of voice and manner, which seems in many cases to be a particular gift to the quadroon and mulatto women. These natural graces in the quadroon are often united with beauty of the most dazzling kind, and in almost every case with a personal appearance prepossessing and agreeable. Eliza, such as we have described her, is not a fancy sketch, but taken from remembrance, as we saw her years ago in Kentucky. Safe under the protecting care of her mistress, Eliza had reached maturity without those temptations which make beauty so fatal an inheritance to a slave. Displayed quite as much took a ride over to the factory to see what this
and we have
Chapter 3.
I'm sorry, B.
The Husband and Father. Mrs. Shelby had gone on her visit, and why don't you smile? And look at Harry, how he grows.
Okay, so that is Uncle Tom Cabin. That's the audio book. So tomorrow, an hour or how long of this book is, it's going to be aired tomorrow during Politicking with Mr. B. Politicking with Mr. B is not going to air tomorrow night because Mr. B has a bunch of things going on, and that's great.
Well,
So instead of Politicking with Mr. B, we're going to air the Uncle Tom's Cabin. All right. How's that be? Pretty badass,
That's
huh?
fantastic.
Politicking with Mr. B introduces the novel by so and so, Uncle Tom's Cabin.
And you know what? I'll try to. I'll try to record for you a little video introduction for it. And I wanted to reach out and say hello to Peter Burke, who sent up the message.
Peter.
Siam is now Thailand, the setting for The King and I. Absolutely correct. Thank you very much for that. And of course, we have.
I love
Ann
when
Hartford.
we have people that have knowledge that are watching. I love it. 1 second.
Yep.
Yeah, B, you can speak.
I don't know. Do you remember Dr. Burke?
I believe so. Refresh.
Yeah, the guest that we had on Politicking with the books that he'd written about his experience getting an education and dealing with the VA and all of that. You remember that?
Oh yeah, I do. I do somewhat. Pete, call in 508-974-4231. Let's refresh that. Let's refresh our listeners and viewers about Peter's story. That'd be pretty great, B, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and I know that he's been wrapped up with book signings and so forth, and going off on lecture circuits and meetings and teachings and so forth. So I have at times seen if he could take and squeak in, but unfortunately, we just can't seem to.
I would love to be
get it all.
able. I would love to. Right. I would love to be able to announce that we are going to have Sunday morning mass live on FFN radio. Right now, it's only on radio, but it's going to be something like a 10 a.m. Sunday morning mass. I would like to say we're going to do that, B, but I don't want to be a pain. But communication is completely stopped.
Oh my word!
So maybe you can give a bird a little bit of a.
I'll give him an elbow to the ribs.
Yeah, we don't need to. Excuse me. We don't need to physically beat anybody up, B. Okay, especially no pasta, B. Okay.
Yeah.
Politicking with Mr. B host, Jeffrey Benattini-Ono, you know what I mean? And, gets arrested for smacking a pastor around because, he doesn't get the show on air. But, yeah, that's pretty funny right there. But look, man, there's, so Trump is putting his cabinet together, B, right? And I'm going to shoot off some names and I'm going to say a few things, the reason maybe why he or she got the job, or maybe what their credentials are, or whatever's on the paper.
We got a few things here, yeah. Who do you want to start with, kid?
Well, all right, why don't we just start from the top and just go down, you know what I mean?
All right.
Because if Pete decides to call in during that, and let me just double check and make sure the phone system is connected. I'll be able to tell you that.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Give me a second. Yeah. Sorry, that was my son texting me, and he's hey, Dad, maybe we should reset the internet because the TVs have been lagging, and they have, especially the main one in the living
It's
room.
been you.
It
Trust me,
lags.
it's been happening to us as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna after the show is done and stuff, I'm gonna restart the modem. You know what I mean?
boy.
See if
All
that
right.
takes care of it. But anyhow, okay, B, go ahead. You can go.
All right, we'll start with Marco Rubio. Recently was tapped as
Oh no,
Secretary of
B, don't go all
State.
the way down there yet. Let's
Well, you
start
said
with
go to the top
all
of the
right,
list, and that's the top of my list.
let's go to Susie Wells. All right.
Susie
Susie
Wells.
Wells, Chief of Staff.
Susie
Only
Wells.
because she's gonna be the first woman um first woman ever to hold that seat, B.
Okay. And you know what? I don't have that information in front of me. I don't have her name.
All right. So Susie, that's what it says. Susie, not Suzanne or anything. It's Susie Wells, Wiles, I'm sorry. Susie Wiles, 67, was a senior advisor to Trump's 2024 presidential campaign and its a de facto manager. She's a veteran of Florida's politics, having worked with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, former Governor Rick Scott, and two former Republicans, Jacksonville mayors. Wiles will become the first woman to hold the role of White House Chief of Staff, a powerful position that can shape a president's impact. Okay, that's me.
Wow.
Did you see what number 2 is? Do you know who number
No,
2
I have
is?
no idea what you have for number 2.
Okay.
What do you have?
Do you don't have number 2 in front of you?
I don't. I just got a bunch of names and I went down. I don't know whose list you've got or in what order.
Oh, okay. National Security Advisor. Who do you got?
Let me see. South Dakota, Homeland Security, Special Envoy.
How about Border Cesar?
Okay, hang on. I gotta find out.
Come on, B. Did you do
I'm
your homework?
I'm trying to see
or
what's
did you
where.
click on that the last minute before
I
the
got
damn
all this.
show?
It's all here. I just got to be able to read my own writing.
It's a good thing.
Right.
She
I got Director
is
CIA,
a smart
National
person.
Security, Mike Waltz, National
Yes.
Security Advisor.
Yes.
Born January 31st, 1974. I'm older than this freaking puppy. And he's been named National Security Advisor.
Good. He's a young pup.
Yeah, well, I suppose. As long as he got married, has 3 children, went to the Virginia Military Institute, got a Bachelor of Arts there, and has served in the U.S. military and is, I guess, in a reserve active state, I believe, at this point. A colonel.
He's also a 3-term GOP representative from East Central Florida. He served, excuse me, he served multiple tours in Afghanistan and also worked in the Pentagon as a policy advisor under Defense Chief Donald Rumsfeld and Robert Gates.
And I hear he's hell with a 9-iron.
So, hey, I think as Trump would say, it's not bad to have somebody who's wicked smart and can play golf at the same time. So,
yeah, absolutely.
And yes, and I want to get back to what you had just said. She is a very, very smart woman, Susie.
Yes.
Okay. She is a very smart woman. And B, I figured since you dropped the ball, you might have did research on her, so you could give back to the viewers on an apology on how you screwed it up, buddy.
All right, who else are we going on with now?
It's I'm trying to get comfortable here. It's historical, B. It's historical, you know. All right, Border Cesar.
Do we have a border czar here? Let me see. Stephen Roll, Deputy Chief of Staff. EPA, National Security, CIA, Special Envoy Middle East, Homeland Security. Nope, don't have the borders, are. Who's that?
Jesus, B. All the important shit, B.
Well,
you
are you going to waste airtime, or are you going to keep flapping your gums, or are you going to tell us what you want to know?
I love you, baby.
Tom Homan, former immigration director and a tough, thorough guy.
All right, okay. So Tom Homan, Tom Homan, right? Yeah, Homan. Tom Homan, Border Cesar. Tom Homan, 62, who previously led U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement in Trump's first term. Wow, let's give that a little bit of hold on.
I'll bet they're calling.
Hello, welcome to The Way We See It right here on the FFN Network. I am Blaze Man. Alongside me is my buddy, Mr. B. Who are you and where are you calling from? All right, that was quick. It hung right up. It was
wow.
I was like, fuck this, I'm scared. Anyways, so we were talking about Tom Homan, Border Cesar. All right, who previously led U.S. Immigration. Hello, good evening, and welcome to FFN Radio Network. You are listening to The Way We See It right here again on the FFN Network. I am one of your hosts, Blaze Man. Alongside me is my boy, Mr. B. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Hi, guys. It's Ann in Florida. How are you?
Hey, Ann. How are you? Ann always deserves it. Ann always gets the claps, baby. She always. Oh, boy. Back in the day, we could have made a lot of fun with Ann always gets the clap, huh?
Where everybody knows your name.
Yeah, good one.
Hey,
so,
hey,
guys,
Ann's got a good enough sense of humor where I could have used that one. But go ahead, darling.
That guy Tom Homan that's been appointed the border czar, he's a tough person. He wants to get right out there and start getting rid of all these illegal immigrants, and the Democrats are throwing a fit. So
he wants to get to work right away, huh, Ann?
Oh yeah, he does, and he's not holding any punches. And they've had him in session a couple of times and in Congress and made comments, and that crazy woman there, AOZ or whatever her name is,
AOC,
Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez.
She told him that what he wanted to do wasn't legal, and why would you even think you could do that, and blah 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 blah. And he just wiped the floor with her. It was wonderful.
What did she say was illegal that he was doing?
That they're already here, and it shouldn't make any difference. And she made absolutely no sense. And he kept trying to explain to her that if they were here legally, and when she said, but you're going to separate parents from children. And
here we go with that. Here we go with that.
Yeah. Well, here's the best part, and he's right. We think nothing of separating a father from his kids when he's broken the law.
Right.
We think nothing of it. They go to jail.
Right.
Or a woman that's broken the law, she goes to jail. We think nothing of it. What makes illegal immigrants above that? Nothing. They have no rights because they didn't come in here the right way. And he's not. And he tried to explain that to her over and over again. And she kept saying, but it's wrong. So he's the right person for the job. He's not going to pull any punches. He's going to make sure that the ICE guys get in there and the immigration and gets the people that don't belong in this country. And if they want to come back, they have to do it the legal way. And a lot of countries are saying they're not taking those people back. And Trump's made that very clear. Well, you will, because they're coming back.
Right. Well, the governor of Massachusetts here Haley, I think her name is, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
She has made it perfectly clear that the state police are not going to help any federal agents with give them any support at all with getting any immigrants out of Massachusetts.
But is that legal?
And that's
will,
exactly, is that legal? I mean,
is
look,
that legal? Aren't they hired to protect and serve? And that means the people of this country, not the legislator. And doesn't the federal government in part give state police money to do what they do? Isn't it the government that gives the states money to have troopers and law enforcement? How can they say they're going to forbid an organization to do something where they're promised to protect and serve?
well, the federal government, they go in there and they tell the state police what they need to do.
Let me ask you this: Have you seen the interview with Holman, where the newscaster said, "Is it right that you break up children from the parents? Is there a way to do these things so that the parents and the children aren't separated?" And did you see what his answer was?
No, but I hope it was, well, we can send them all back.
Yeah, as you said, you can deport the whole family.
Right. I mean, seriously, when you don't want to be separated, then you got to all go back then, because
right.
it's not right. It's just not right. Do you know how many people took years to be legal citizens in this country and are so proud to be citizens in this country?
Absolutely.
To have all those illegals come in is a slap in the face. Yep. It's a true slap in the face. Yep. And I think President Trump's doing the right thing, and I think the Democrats are just trying, like they did the first time he was in office. They're going to try and do everything they can to hold him back. And even Mitch McConnell is trying to pull stuff tomorrow where he's going to not allow Trump to appoint quickly when the Senate goes on break, and so that Trump doesn't have his people in place. And that's not right. He did that the first time, and it caused chaos.
Right. And so I think I believe I got a piece of that that video for you, Ann. The one you was just talking about. Flashback. Tom Homan testifies before Oversight Committee on Trump admin's child separation policies.
With AOC?
Yeah, this is the one you was talking about. Yeah, let's take a listen.
Probably.
I believe that everyone is operating in good faith, and I just want us to be very careful with that. With that, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Earlier, my colleague from Maryland, Mr. Raskin, asked the panel how many people here believe that child separation is an effective policy in deterrence. And no one on the panel raised their hand. I just wanted to note that for the record, Mr. Chair. I wanted to ask a question from Professor Mukherjee. Is the United States violating or violated human rights agreements set by the United Nations in a family separation policy?
Yes. International law is clear that family unity should be prioritized.
So we, as members of the United Nations, signed on into an international human rights agreement saying very clearly that family separation is a violation of international human rights, and then we pursued a policy that violates human rights. Mr. Chair, I was looking, how did we get to this point? How did we get to this point where we take children out of mothers' and fathers' arms? And, it dated back.
We got to that point, and I hope that she goes back to that date she's about to say, because what people don't seem to understand, in every Democrat known to man, especially the ones that fall to their knees and ask God why, And what they do is they're gonna cry foul. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's listen.
Family separation in the way that we have seen it, where we take children away from their parents without due process, began last year under Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen.
All right, so it happened under the Obama administration. Okay?
That's right.
The Obama administration was separating the parent from the child and putting all the fucking children, excuse my language, and putting all the children in caged areas to sleep or whatever, and the mom and dads.
And a lot of those kids disappeared. And you know why? Because of all the child abuse and all the political stuff that was going on with children that we're not even finding out about yet, but we will be finding out about it because that whole Epstein thing is going to come out.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yes. And boy, the Clintons and Obamas and all of that clique, their heads are going to be spinning. They're not going to know what to do.
How do you feel about that, B? How you feel
sooner
about
the better.
that? What do you mean the sooner the better? The sooner the better for what?
That it all comes out.
That it all comes out. Exactly. Child slavery.
Well, they
has
say
been an issue for years.
listen, and I want everybody to pay attention. And I apologize for stepping in on there, but this is very key now. Okay, now P. Diddy, okay, has just got in trouble for all that kinds of same stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing that this wasn't on, an island, because you don't have an island. But I'm pretty sure he was at Epstein's island a lot of times. Okay?
Yeah, and a lot of that is going to come out.
Well, I have started to notice this story starting to slow down and not being talked about and reported as much as it should be.
Well,
what's the take on that? Well, I want you to tell me. What's your take on that?
What does that tell you? Our media. It's our media. They're not going to tell you what's really going on. Our media has been corrupt for years. For years. They only tell you negative stuff about Donald Trump and positive things about the Clintons and the Obamas and anybody else that wants to go against them. Right. It's the usual media BS.
Right.
And everybody's tired of hearing it. Nobody believes it. Everybody thinks the media isn't biased. The media is owned by what?
Because you know what, and 15, 20 years ago and down, when I was when you
listen to Walter Cronkite and that was the way it was, you got the truth. Those days are long gone.
Right. Well, that's what I meant, Ann. For me, like 15 years, 20, 30 years ago, whatever, news, when you watched it, you trusted that news station you trusted them enough to, get the truth from them. I didn't watch certain news programs because I was searching for the one that was telling me the truth. Okay. I was watching the news program that I liked because I liked the anchor at the time. And I liked the fact that they were a trusted news station. Now I don't trust not one of them. None of them. Yeah. We may focus on Fox News, you know what I mean? Here and there on the FFN network. We do because, I would say a good percentage that watches our show are conservatives. You know what I mean? And that's fine. But my thing is that's where all of that, comes to that, point. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I get it. But it's, Fox News, you can't trust a word that comes out of CNN. MSNBC, forget it.
Now, let me tell you what, in the Gulf War, in the first Gulf War and stuff, I was a CNN watcher.
Yeah, me too then, but not now.
Right,
Not
exactly.
when-
Because you know what happened is because they were coming out with info that CNN were faking some of their news reporters being out in the Gulf War. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
they were.
And then the videos got leaked and came out, and the bastards were sitting in the studio having wind blowing or whatever, and saying they were out on a field. You know what I mean? That disgusted me. So then I started watching Fox, and then I've been with Fox ever
disgusted
since.
a lot of people. Yeah, started disgusting a lot of people. You know, for so many people to think we've all got our eyes closed is so wrong.
Oh, bullshit.
There are a lot of people that do not want to hear the truth and do not want to see the corruption that's going on. But then again, there are a lot of people that have seen it and had enough of it.
Right.
So on that note, guys, it's good talking to you. Sorry I hogged so much time.
No,
And
you know we appreciate it, honey. You know we do. You know what I mean?
Well, I love the show, and keep up the good work, guys.
All right, darling. If you're not watching, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening on what? FFN Radio Network. Okay, I'm gonna put the link right up in our chat area, and you can all go listen to us there. Save it. Okay, just save the link. You know what I mean? It will say, "Oh, do you want to add this? Do you want to add this link to your home screen?" Right? Say yes, and it will add it. And every time you want to listen to the FFN Radio Network, click on it. The schedule is going to be up there. Okay, there's music. There's going to be music all the time. Certain parts of the day, there's going to be, soft listening. There'll be oldies night. Okay, with classic oldies. 50s, 60s, 70s. For me, it's mostly the 50s and late 68s and 67, because around 67, 68, they started with the Vietnam music, and that era of music that would be considered classic rock. Wouldn't you agree? Jimi Hendrix, all that stuff like that. So let's listen to viral. This is a viral moment. Tom Homan, Trump's border choice clashes with AOC over families being separated. And again, we never started that business. Okay. That was the Obama administration. And go back and do your homework and see how many immigrants Obama fucking deported. Okay. Go ahead and go check that shit out. You'll be surprised.
But I had to dig further, and our staff dug further. But where did this start within the administration? She implemented it. And we found a memo. Dates back to April 23rd of 2018, where there was an official recommendation to, quote, pursue prosecution of all amenable adults who cross our border, quote, illegally, even though this applied to legal asylum seekers in practice, including those presenting with a family unit between ports of entry in coordination with DOJ. Here is the memo that I would like to submit to the congressional record.
What is the date on that?
It is the memorandum for the Secretary from Homeland Security.
Date.
April 23rd, 2018, subject increasing prosecutions of immigration violations.
Without objection.
And so I looked at this memo, and it seems like this is the source of it. And it seems as though, Mr. Homan, that you are the author. It says here from yourself, Kevin Michalinen, and Francis Cisna. Is this correct? Did you sign the memo?
I'd have to see what you...
Yeah, give him
I'd be happy to provide it. And we'll provide it over, but I would like to note that here it says the official recommendation. There were 3 different options presented. The third included the option for family separation. This initiative would pursue prosecution of all amenable adults, including those presenting with a family unit. Mr. Homan, your name is on this. Is this correct?
Yes, I signed that memo.
So you are the author of the family separation policy?
I am not the author of this memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo.
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommend a zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I
parents.
get arrested
she doesn't
for DUI and I
understand
have a
them.
young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Holman, with
family.
all due respect.
Sorry about that. She doesn't understand it. Yes, this is July 12th, 2019. It's a flashback because he was the border Cesar back then, and Trump made him the border Cesar again. Anyways, this is her, and she doesn't understand what the fuck he's saying. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it's me, you, or any one of you that are listening, watching this show right now, and if you're in a car and you do something stupid where they have to arrest you or detain you in any such way, okay, they are taking your child. They take your kid, man, and they bring your kid to the local DSS or whatever, Department of Social Services. And that's where your kid stays until shit gets squared away, until mom goes and picks them up, or your wife, whatever, if you're together, you know what I mean, right? And it's crazy like that. So let me just finish off this little flashback that we got going here. Again, as you could read down the bottom, it says flashback. Tom Homan testifies before Oversight Committee on Trump's administration's child separation policy. Okay. And that's all she's trying to get Tom to say. It's like, yeah, man, we separated their kids from their parents, which he is saying, but he's saying it in the professional manner that he should be saying it in. And he's like, technically, he's saying, yes, we do separate them. And he's trying to give her the analogy so she understands what that means. And I think she does understand what it means, but she's trying to get him to say something that will incriminate him. You know what I mean? Make him look like a piece of shit, So, and Tom's telling her, look, man, if you're in the United States and you get pulled over pretty much anywhere in the United States and you did something wrong, you got a warrant for your arrest or whatever, anything that it takes for the police officers to have to arrest you, okay? You go bye-bye in the back seat. Your child doesn't fucking join you back there, okay? Another car comes with most likely a female officer, okay? And they securely put the child in the police cruiser or whichever, and they take the child to the family services. Let's finish up what this ding-dong is trying to do here.
Respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum and go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay. Mr. Chair, the memo is submitted to the record for review. Inspector General Costello, one last thing. Is there a record, based on reports throughout the year, and in our hearing earlier this year, we spoke with Ms. Juarez, a mother who lost her child due to inhumane conditions in the facilities. We learned that there is no accurate record and no policy being held of people who are pregnant and people who endure miscarriages. Is there a record of who enters and leaves these facilities?
I'm not familiar with the instance you're talking about, but I do believe the facilities keep custody logs and logs, but I'm not familiar with the incident you're talking about.
And where would we find those records?
I believe all the facilities keep them on site, CBP and ICE facilities.
And if you believe that the records are not accessible, or if we find that the records are not accessible, do you believe the committee should seek to request records from DHS on the location of children and those that are detained?
Well, we would never opine about what the committee would request and not request, so.
Thank you very much.
I mean, she don't even, like I said, again, it was a flashback. So it was just to where, I mean, B and I were sitting here and we're discussing, who President Trump picked for his administration, the people he's starting to pick for his administration. So I'm going to take a break a little bit shorter tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully by then Mr. B will be back. If not, I hope that good enough, smart enough, handsome enough to continue. Don't put anything fresh in the comment section. We'll be right back in about 4.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Stick around for more of The Way We See It with yours truly, Ibalisman. And we'll be right back, everybody.
Well, I've got spare parts from my last broken heart. Somehow more than what I had to start. Yeah, I've got spare parts. I tried to fix it best I remembered it. I hope it runs when I fire it up, 'cause I got spare parts. So if you see something that you might need, anything you can use, what's left of it might be a perfect fit, 'cause I got spare parts. Took a piece of you, like lovers often do. I'll try to make it good as new, 'cause I got spare parts. So if you see something that you might need, anything you can use, what's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I've got spare parts. What's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I've got spare.
Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
Well, bull, I say bull, ma weevil.
What you talking about, Will?
Exactly. All them people mean everything that they just
Well, bull, I say bull, ma weevil.
say. I'm not sure. Where's this thing? Where's this thing coming from? Oh man. Okay. All right. Listen. How you doing, everybody? How you doing, everyone out there in Radio Land? It could be people listening on there from Germany, whatever. I opened up the FFN radio network platforms up again. This was in the beginning before I decided to go video and build a studio and stuff. We used to do just the radio. So I went like now. They should do this for the radio aspect. They should be able to set it up to where, like now, all I do is log into all the platforms that I'm signed up as, and we will go and put everything on. You have to excuse my wife, ladies and gentlemen. I guess it's just time to just walk right in. Oh boy, that's hilarious. Okay. All right. So she's gone. I can't wait to be in the studio. Yeah, we got another like 8 months or so, 8.5 months to go. Anyways, so let's listen and let's listen good. Okay, let's see. Uh-oh, now we're gonna hear her. Now we're gonna hear her talk, ladies and gentlemen. One moment, folks. Let me fix this. There we go. It's all for you now.
Kamala Harris in the news this week for, among other reasons,
I like
having
Megyn
run
Kelly,
her billion-dollar
always
campaign
always will.
down to the studs when it comes to her cash. She's reportedly $20 million in debt. We told you the story the other day. Well, now the reports are that she blew the vast majority of that last $20 million on stars. Now, so far, we've only had one star deny receiving a direct payment, and that person is Oprah Winfrey. The reporting is, and we've seen the verification via various publications, that Harpo Productions, her production company, was paid $1 million for that farce of a town hall that Oprah put on. What a joke. So Oprah's production company got $1 million to put that thing on. Now, it was on TMZ today, either TMZ or one of their, contractors caught up with Oprah and said, "Hey, heard you got $1 million." She said, "No, I didn't get paid anything." She didn't mention that her company got $1 million. You omitted that, Oprah. It was like threading the needle. So she didn't take personal payment, she claimed. Now, look at this set. That cost $1 million, and the Kamala Harris campaign paid for all of it. And it looks like a nice set. They've got all the video monitors. I don't get it. Why wouldn't Oprah have used her production company, her set? So maybe that's what it cost. Maybe to do a photo shoot or a sit-down town hall with Oprah Winfrey, it cost $1 million damn dollars. Let me tell you something, people. This is yet another piece of evidence that Oprah Winfrey is fake news. News people do not require the campaign to pay us so we can interview them. I did a town hall of sorts in this election when I sat down with the Tim Walz Stolen Valor former colleagues. Do you think I charged them to set up the set? No, I didn't. Megyn Kelly paid for it. The Megyn Kelly Show, along with SiriusXM. F these. What is happening here? It's just a way of lining your pocket. Like, wink, wink, Oprah, sure would be great if you would set up this town hall for us and we'll pay you $1 million for $1 million for the song and dance they did. Beyonce? No, I thought it was somebody else. Anyway, no, it wasn't Beyonce. It was one of these other performers. Who was the one early on in the blue suit? She got up there and did all of her dancing. It wasn't Cardi B. Yes, Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, there's a report that she got $5 million for this. Now let's find out whether she denies it Oprah style. Oh, it was $5 million for my outfit. Who else got paid by this campaign? And why won't Oprah just tell us the truth? Her production company got $1 million. Then there's a report that $100,000 of the money went to build the set for the sex podcast girl. That when Kamala Harris went on with a sex podcaster, the Harris team paid $100,000 for this. Would you look? If you are listening to the show on SiriusXM, please, I beg of you, go to YouTube later. Go to 10 past the hour, and you tell me how this cost $100,000. If I give you $100,000 to redo your home, you could probably redo half of the rooms in it with lovely furnishings for that. This is reportedly a hotel room. Can we show it again? One hotel room. This is what they did. They've got little letters that have the name of the podcast. They've got some lights and some books and some plants. How did that cost $100,000? So this is either the case of absolute waste where nobody mined the shop, and Democrat donors, you might want to pay attention to that, or there's some sort of fraud going on here where the Harris campaign was paying people off. I don't know which it was, and we should find out the full accounting because the campaigns are not allowed to keep this secret from the rest of us. We're supposed to know what they spend the donors' money on. So we will wait to hear how much it really costs to get Oprah to behave in the following way. Top five.
Megan, what's your fucking point, man?
Rock is in the house. For joining us for this.
Oh, here we go. She had to wait for it.
Thanks for joining us for this very special event. Unite for America!
Just gonna wait. I fucking hate Oprah does that shit. Chris, come on, Chris Rock. No, I thought she was fucking cooler than that.
Julia Roberts, where are you?
Jennifer has been with more dudes on the
Streep
block.
is in the house. Please welcome Kamala Harris.
Listen to this man, fucking screaming and shit.
Totally feckless. But by the way, did J-Lo get a payment for that? Did Chris Rock get a payment for that? Did anybody get paid for these endorsements that we were led to believe were just completely organic? I mean, do we really care? Because they're all losers. They lost badly.
Well, I kind of like
and have
Chris
been rendered
Rock
utterly
lot,
powerless
though.
and feckless
I hope
in the
he
eyes of
didn't
the
freak
electorate.
out.
Nobody will be asking for their endorsement again. No one smart. I mean, no one who wants to win. It's funny because there's already a Democratic primary underway for 2028, believe it or not. Yes, there is. And it's people like Josh Shapiro. Gavin Newsom out in California is already organizing his resistance to Trump's agenda. Good luck, sir. The California liberal has already been rejected resoundingly by the electorate.
Trump's not gonna
Why
care
would the
about
Democrats
any
be
of
so
that,
stupid as
'cause
to
they
elect
are.
another one next go around?
Listen, next go around, okay, we as conservatives and Republicans have to enjoy everything that could get that's going to get done. Everything that he promised to get done. I hope he does his best to get most of what he promised done. Okay. Let's face it, sometimes the politicians overgo. Yeah, I'm not going to say it was radical, but I mean, me listening to Trump and I sit there and I go, whoa, this is when I say, whoa, like, to Trump, like, fucking chill out, And then he's sitting there, on a media and stuff. And I know he believes this fucking self. He believes this, you know. What's good, Unc? Everything's good. Everything's good. Thanks for tuning in and watching, man. It's awesome. So Trump doesn't care. He's going to care for the 4 years that he's in, and he hopes that he can have a good influence, on some of the Republicans that are still left in office and stuff, and help along the way. Endorse. Yeah. What's the question? Oh, wait, I'm holding on. Right. I don't know what question you're going to ask me, but go ahead. Would I rather what? But this is the message that I get. Someone's like, let's see, what's good, Unc? Okay. And I responded, hey, it's great. I mean, I don't know who it is, to be honest with you, man. And we're live on video and we're live on the radio right now. So I don't know. Somebody could be pretending to be my niece or a nephew. So I'll play along until they tell me who the fuck they really are. So, but anyways, all right. It's what's good, Unc? And then I said, whatever. And can I ask you a question? And I say, sure. And then they say something to the fact, would you rather watch a tree grow or a Negro? Would you? Not funny, man. You know what I mean? It's not funny, all right? But anyways, moving on. Let me take that fucking shit off first. So, okay, so let's finish up with Megan. That kind of, I don't know who it is, to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen.
Your little widow's peak does not distinguish you that much. And it may be hard to believe, he's even more radical than Kamala Harris is. His crazy ass gender stuff is even more radical than hers was. It's not going to be Gavin Newsom. So now you've got all these early, Andy Bashir, red state blue governor is out there already like, I know, I understand the electorate. I told you about this Chris Murphy in Connecticut yesterday. Like, I understand, doesn't mention the trans thing at all. I'll be here to remind them. Don't worry, Senator Murphy. I'll be here to remind them. You don't worry about a thing. You can omit it from all your op-eds. We have a lot of listeners in Connecticut, a lot. And many are your voters, but they won't be for long if you don't get on the right side of this thing. They won't be. Because you're losing. We pointed out yesterday, the swing state voters, the number one issue was the trans thing. Boys and girls sports. So good luck holding the line on that, sir. For those of us holding our breath for the past several months, we can finally exhale. The sky seems a little bluer, doesn't it? Work can finally be done on the major issues this country's facing, one of the most significant being our national debt. The fact is, our nation's broke. And that debt is a house of cards that cannot be quickly dismantled. So the strategy remains the same. You might want to diversify your savings. This is why I want to tell you about Birch Gold. So many things are out of our control, out of our president's control for that matter. So it can be important to have a safe haven for your savings. Birch Gold Group can help you convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA and physical gold.
Thanks.
And the best news is it does not cost you one.
Not fucking. I ain't texting shit to nothing, Kelly. All right, that's what you get. You fucking piss me off now. I got some in-house videos, and what we was talking about. I don't think Mr. B is gonna make it back, even though he hasn't contacted me and told me he wasn't gonna make it back. But he's not right now. So anyhow, let's see. Mike Waltz, National Security Advisor. Okay. What I'm going to do here is we're going to go and put in a little bit of something here for Mr. Mike Waltz and see what we can't come up with, folks. So if you could bear with me. That's what I love radio so much, is because I could be doing this and talking like I am now, and nobody gets to see my emotions of what I'm doing. So, that's why one of the things I like about radio. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, did that Mike Tyson and what the hell's the guy's name? Paul or something like that. Did that fight go down? Does anybody know if that fight went down? Let me know. That'd be cool. I have no idea. If it hasn't, we could cover it, all right, let's see what we got going on here with in this chart, which you said doesn't exist. Okay, let's see. So I guess he was Trump's national security advisor before. I mean, I'm not sure about that. So if you can help out, that'd be fucking great too. Because I'm not exactly sure. But I think he was, So, all right, let's take a listen, man. Yeah, top moments of Rep. Michael Waltz, Trump's national security advisor pick during Biden administration. Okay, so I guess this is going to be like a bunch of moments where this guy was talking and things to that nature. And I guess we'll get to know him, I guess, a little bit, right? So I'm gonna give this cat like about 5 minutes. This fucking thing says an hour and 24 minutes. Yeah, we're not doing that, but I will post the link to watch it if you'd all like on the FFN Radio Network Facebook page. All right, so let's check it.
Bipartisan in April, as soon as he made that announcement and said, if you don't start getting people out right now.
All right, is fucking Indians banging a drum? Are they at some kind of tribal thing? Right? Let's check it out. Just listen for the drum. I don't know. I'm not going crazy. I don't think I am anyways. So everybody must be getting tired of listening to me. We're losing some people.
As soon as he made that announcement
and
said, if you don't start getting people out right now, you are giving them a death sentence. If you pull our military assets out before you get Americans or allies out, you're consigning them to death, like this school principal and his family. Final thing, America is going to face Al-Qaeda 3.0. The intelligence community has been clear and has briefed us repeatedly. The Taliban taking over means Al-Qaeda 3.0 comes roaring back. Except now we're in a worse position than we were before 2001. We have no bases in the region. Our local allies are being hunted down as we speak. And as you've heard today, the Taliban are going to be armed to the teeth so that when future American soldiers have to go back in to deal with the problem and deal with the incompetence of this administration, how many are going to die now? Because they're going to have to fight their way through our own equipment, our own damn equipment, to deal with Al-Qaeda 3.0. Are we going to have another Pulse nightclub? Are we going to have another San Bernardino? Are we going to have another 9/11 because of that incompetence? Well, this Congress is going to lead. Our offices right now are operations centers calling gate guards calling Kabul airport, guiding people through, telling them how to avoid Taliban checkpoints, our own Congress. It's unbelievable, the lack of leadership. So I 100% agree. That blood is and will be on Joe Biden's hands, and this Congress will hold him accountable. Thank you very much.
Wow. That's okay. Not that it wasn't that long ago. Anyways, so again, let me bring my mug back up there for all you folks to check it out. All right. What's happening? Anyways, right, Mike Waltz, National Security Advisor. Mike Waltz is a 3-time GOP representative from East Central Florida. Okay. He served multiple tours in Afghanistan and also worked in the Pentagon as a policy advisor under Defense Chief Donald Rumsfeld and Robert Gates. Trump asked Waltz, a retired Army National Guard officer and war veteran, to be his national security advisor. A person familiar with the matter told the Associated Press Monday. The person spoke on the conditions of anonymity to discuss the matter before Trump made a formal announcement. So that's Tim Waltz, right? That's Trump's pick for National Security Advisor. We also went over Tom Homan, the border Cesar. If you wasn't here for that, we apologize. You can also go back and watch the reruns in about an hour after the show ends. Let's see. So Governor Kristi Noem, Governor Kristi Noem, Homeland Security Secretary. Okay. Republicans, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem will serve as Trump's Homeland Security Secretary, according to the Washington Post and other outlets. The critical role gives Trump's emphasis on border security, would oversee a $60 billion budget and more than 230,000 employees. Okay, that's wow. That's going to be her job. Okay, so it's funny and how Trump gets labeled a fucking womanizer. Trump gets labeled that he hates women. He doesn't give a shit about women's body. He doesn't give a shit about none of that, right? But let me tell you something, okay? I think I read about it a little bit too. First of all, the guy's none of those things. He is 100% like family guy, okay? Family man. And you all put his wife down when she was Jesus Christ. I know I'm forgetting, right? You got the president and then you got his wife. What's the first lady, right? I thought that she was as elegant as Jackie O. Okay. Not only Trump's wife is a beautiful woman, okay? She brought class to the fucking White House. Okay. Do you know? I mean, what can you ask more of the first lady than going to a meeting or meeting the wife of another country's president or whatever they call them, presidents, or the person in charge, who knows. Anyways, she could speak 8 different languages fluently. Like, she could speak Russian and, in languages like that. I don't know if she could speak Chinese or whatever, but I don't have the time to fucking look it up right now. Anyways, elegant. Not only that, the clothing that she wore. And anyways, my point I'm trying to make is the media tore them down to garbage. Like, they didn't even give them the praise that they deserved, right? just let's see. Just give me some kind of time, girl. Oh, my baby. Let's see. Let's see. See, I hate. I'm still here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's see what goes on here, right? Let's see. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, we're gonna hit this one. All right, so we can listen to this garbage. All right, I'm here. I'm back. We're almost done, anyways. We're almost off the air, but I want to play this. Okay, so and we're even gonna let CNN explain it to y'all. How's that, folks? We're gonna let CNN tell you all about it. All right, let's take a listen. Hey, man. Ready? And Melania Trump expected to skip White House meeting with Jill Biden. Now let's see what CNN does to this poor woman. Let's see.
Thanks, but maybe no thanks. Sources are
Yeah,
telling
she
CNN
already
tonight
talked
that
like
former
she's
First
got
Lady
a
Melania Trump
stick up
and
her
incoming
butt.
First Lady is expected to RSVP no thanks, but maybe no thanks. Sources are telling CNN tonight that former First Lady Melania Trump and incoming First Lady is expected to
I'm like
RSVP
so
no
uncomfortable
to
on
a
this
White House
chair.
sit
I don't
down
like
with
it.
First Lady Jill Biden this Wednesday as their husbands are set to meet in the Oval Office. Kate Bennett is my inside source on all things Melania Trump always, and she is the author of Free Melania, the unauthorized biography, and she joins me now. And Kate, our friend Betsy Klein was reporting tonight that one person was saying there was a scheduling conflict as to why she wasn't going. I mean, you know how to read in between the lines with Melania Trump maybe better than anyone else. What do you think is going on here?
I mean, listen, I think it's a reflection of just how divisive this campaign season, this election, the relationship between, the Democrats and Republicans has gotten. And I think it's really a sad state of affairs when Melania Trump, who so adhered to protocol, was a real rule follower when it came to traditions, would not go and have, or will not, or may not go and have the traditional tea with Dr. Biden at the White House, a long-standing tradition that goes back at least through modern American political history, where no matter how, how much of a
Why she don't like
battlefield
her?
the campaign
You know why
was
she
between
don't
their
like her
husbands,
is
there's always a
because
detente.
I'm gonna say it because it's respectable to say it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, because Dr. Jill Biden, our first lady, okay, and she said some cruel things about Melania. Okay, she did. She said some pretty shitty things about her. So Melania she don't wanna deal with that shit. You know? And look, hey, if you think I'm full of shit, just look at the goddamn picture. You had the liberal media falling all over Dr. Joe Biden, the first lady, with shit like, oh, now this is elegancy and all that stuff like that, right? And then when Melania came out, when Trump and stuff first won the presidency, they had nothing nice to say. Nothing nice to say at all. So I'm glad that Melania is doing I am. I'm glad for her. You know what I mean? She didn't embarrass the country or anything when she was first lady. She did nothing of the sort. They should have been talking about her credentials. They should have been talking about the schools that she went to. And what was the thing that they found? They found a picture of her, dressed up sexy because she was a fucking model. back then. You know what I mean? Give me a fucking break, man.
To talk about how one first lady sort of passes the torch to the next. There's logistical conversations. There's how do we move the family in? Yes, Melania Trump has been there before. This will be her second go around, but still, just from a traditional standpoint, bearing the hatchet, like moving forward, it would really be a nice gesture if she were to go.
Well, and obviously, when she was incoming, Michelle Obama hosted her at the White House. We saw Obama and Trump meet, obviously, on camera. And you're right, it has been a very, obviously, ugly campaign season. But, I mean, Trump and Biden are sitting down, and it's hard to really think of a more acrimonious relationship than that one.
Exactly, and it's very sad to sort of see this tradition die. Now, we know that Michelle Obama afterwards, talked about the visit at the inauguration day of Melania Trump bringing that gift to the front door of the White House and how awkward that was. And before that, Laura Bush.
Why was it awkward that Melania brought a fucking gift to the door?
Get along with Hillary Clinton, but she still.
You see what I'm saying? Why was that awkward that Melania brought a gift to the fucking White House front door? Why? Why was it?
What's up, Doc?
I don't know, bro. I'm trying to find out just as much as you are.
Showed her the secret window through the East Wing dressing room where you can look through across the Rose Garden and see into the Oval Office across the board. And this is just a reflection of that. But yeah, of course, I think it's up to the First Lady. And typically it was for Melania Trump during her tenure to say different things than her husband, to do what she felt was right to do. We watched that many times. So it will be a shame and a real disparity to the administration if she does not accept Dr. Biden's invitation and go to the White House.
Yeah, and it does not.
Nobody cares, to be honest with you. So that's what I got to say there. So I'm sorry I keep spinning my head, towards the other screen. It's what I got to work with right now. And I'm also, we're live on our radio show as well, too. So if you want to listen to some, classic rock, or whatever, jump on over to FFN Radio Network. Just punch that into your fucking search screen, man, and you'll see it pop right up. You know what I mean? And you can listen to some classic rock. You know what I mean? Right on the FFN Radio Network, a radio station. Anyways, it's always been a pleasure. I don't know what happened to be, but I do know he's safe, in that manner. I know, everything's good there. I think he just had some massive computer crash issues. So that's the deal with that. With that being said, though, I like to say good night to each and every one of you. Thanks for tuning in to The Way We See It right here on the FFN Network. Okay. We're going to get bigger, we're going to get better, and we're going to get stronger. And the way we're going to do that is with the people that constantly watch us. Okay. And I promise you, we won't forget who you are down the road when it comes to contest time. All right. Because we're going to invite the super fans to come on and play one of our games, and you could win $500. So you better be paying attention to that. You could win $500. That'd be something that's badass before Christmas. So you got to pay attention. You got to go to FFN Radio Network on Facebook, and you got to look and follow that page, because we're going to keep putting up here and there what the instructions are and what you're going to need to do to get on to play this game. And you can possibly win $500. What? That was funny as shit right there. That was hilarious. All right, where did I do with this shit now? I got stuff all around me, So again, I want to say good night to all yous. Let's see here. Good night. Right?
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well,
This sucked, huh? Let's see what we got going on here. We don't want that.
good night,
Here we
sweetheart.
go. Well, it's time to go.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to
Good night, sweetheart, baby.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
Good night, everybody. Peace and love to you out there, man.
Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
You have just watched an FFN Network production.